Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be talking about the UFC, Donald Trump, Kid Rock, and Tucker Carlson. I just watched the clip from that night, UFC 295, where Trump walks in to the stadium, and beside him's Kid Rock and Tucker Carlson. There's a few things I want to speak about, a little bit MMA, but we're going to get into a little bit of politics here and the way America's going. So first off, I would like to say that I don't know anywhere on earth a Democrat would get that reception, even at a place that they're liked. There's very few places that they're liked these days, even by their own people. But that was absolutely amazing. It was shocking, but amazing. I'm not saying that I support Trump. I'm not saying that I support Biden. Particularly, guys, I actually don't really like any of these ones. I don't like Trump. I never did like him. I think he's a shill. I think there's something else going on there. I wouldn't trust that guy with anything. I definitely don't trust Joe Biden. That guy is, he's going to be in diapers in a couple of months' time. He's owned his son. Do you know what I mean? Look at his son's done. Sort of mixing himself with China and all that white powder found in the White House. Come on, man. I don't like either of these guys, right? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm neither. I don't see myself as a Democrat or a Republican, a conservative, a liberal. None of those things. I think if you align yourself with any of these people, what happens is you have mob mentality. But that aside, I remember listening to Dana White, and he says that Trump helped him whenever Dana White was down. So whenever Dana White needed help, Trump was there from all those years ago. He gave him a venue, he supported him. And then years later, he gets a phone call from Trump saying, look, you don't have to do this, but can you come and support me and speak highly about me in some, press tour, or it was whatever we were doing, trying to win the election at the time. And Dana White showed up. He repaid the favor. He says, look, this is a good guy that's going to benefit the country, or whatever he said. I'm paraphrasing. So Trump likes to help people. There's no two ways about that. Trump actually likes to help people. Do I actually think Trump's racist? No. I don't think he's any of those things. I actually think if you look at the figures under Trump, Black America was thriving. There was more jobs. There was more everything. It's actually now, since the Democrats have took over, that it's completely gone to a hellhole where inflation's high, everything's ruined, wrecked, drugs are through the roof, everything. People are suffering. So the way the Democrats are doing things, or the modern day Democrats are doing things, isn't working. So whenever I see Trump, if I think to myself, who's going to win the next election? Well, they've tried everything to take Trump out. They've, the FBI, the CIA, the bloody blahs, everything, whatever. They went above and beyond to make sure Trump never gets to that stage where he's able to take over, because they don't want a guy that can think freely. They want a guy like Joe Biden that's just going to say, yes, sir, no problem, sir. That's fine, sir. Because we all know the president of the United States runs absolutely nothing. Even when Donald Trump's in power, he has no power. He runs absolutely nothing. So whenever Donald Trump comes into the arena, and Kid Rock's to the right of him, and Tucker Carlson's to the left, you can see Tucker Carlson's face. He's going, this is crazy. The whole arena erupts. And that's an arena of 95% of those people are going to vote for Trump. They're going to vote. All the Americans, 95% of the Americans in that crowd are going to vote for Trump. And then I go on to like the likes of CNN. I don't watch CNN, BBC, or any of these channels, even the right-wing ones like GB News, Fox News. They all lie. Every single one of them lie. You have to know that. But then I jump on and see that to have Joe Biden like close to Donald Trump for like ratings. And I'm like, this is an obvious lie, because what the eyes tells you and what the ear allows you to hear, that isn't a lie. What I heard on that clip was people out in support of Donald Trump, and they are the real people. They are the majority. The black people, the white people, the Hispanic people, the people from all different backgrounds, but they're considered American. The American people were supporting Trump. I don't know any place that a Democrat right now can walk into and get that support. I don't see it. Where are they getting it from? Where are they getting it from? They're not getting the support, and they won't be getting the support because of the radical things that they have done over the years. Whether it be gender, pushing that gender thing, which we all know is terrible. You know, inflation, wars. It's the Democrats that are doing that. It's not the Republicans. It's not the conservatives. Even though I think the Republicans are dinosaurs, they're not the ones really creating the wars. It's actually all of them, and as a whole, if you want to know the truth, that feed that military complex that needs to be fed. There's a lot of conflicts of interest when it comes to the United States military. But regardless, whenever I seen that TV, not the Trump walking into the octagon or into the stadium, what I seen from CNN and all other news organizations was that what the public say, the TV doesn't reflect. And I know you know that. But a UFC event is a very good gauge to what the public are wanting in their life. A lot of normal folk go to these shows that just want a bit of entertainment, they want to watch fights. That's the majority of the populace of planet Earth, never mind America. And they cheered for him. They cheered for Kid Rock and Tucker Carlson, what he's been through the sacking of Fox News. You know, and then I see the TV and it says to me, it says something like Joe Biden. I don't even know what it is. Don't ask me about the percentages, but it was close. They were saying that Joe Biden is close to Donald Trump in regards to how many people like him in America. It's not even close. It's not even close. If this is just a popularity contest, I would say Joe Biden is at 1% and Donald Trump is at 99%. And the higher the percentage, the more popular you will be. That's what I would see this as. Just tell me in the comments, guys, where can a Democrat, a hardcore Democrat, go and be cheered the way Donald Trump was cheered at a UFC event? Tell me. I don't know. I don't know if that even can even exist or if that's even possible. The world's gone crazy. The world's gone mad. Back in the day, to be a conservative was a bad thing. Everybody wanted to be liberal. And liberal in the sense, not these whack job liberals that are controlling the place today. I'm talking about people who were for freedom of speech, nobody to go hungry. They were against censorship. Let's not forget it was the conservatives who sort of started the censorship thing back in the day. Let's not forget that. Now to be a liberal, you're for censorship. You're not for freedom of speech. You're a communist. You're all these things. You're not a patriot. Most patriots back in the day were not conservative. They were liberal. But it's changed. It's very, very strange times that we're living in. And whenever you see a guy like Donald Trump, if you had told me 10 years ago that Donald Trump would be walking into a UFC arena, at a UFC event, in an arena for a UFC event, if you had told me that, and being cheered because he possibly could be re-elected, not just elected, re-elected as the president of the United States, I would say lock that guy up. He needs to go to a nut house ASAP. It's crazy, the times that we're living in. But the UFC, these events are very good to gauge what the people really think, not what the man in the box is telling you. The man in the box is literally, that is proof that they're lying. As I say, I don't know. They were showing me little figures on the screen to show how people still love Joe Biden and he's close to Donald Trump. But in reality, it's not the truth. And the reality is that Joe Biden basically doesn't even exist anymore. Donald Trump isn't in power of the United States. He's not the president. But to a lot of people, he still is. And that's what I seen at that UFC event. It's crazy. And that wasn't camera tricks. That wasn't people saying, trying to make things look bigger than what they were. He didn't do a Zelensky, where they had to have the little camera tricks and it got caught out and had Zelensky on stage, but they actually chose another crowd, which Zelensky was in that crowd. Do you know what I mean? They forgot to take Zelensky out of the crowd. He didn't do a Zelensky. This wasn't Zelensky. This was real people supporting Donald Trump. So if I was going to say who's going to be the next president of the United States, I would say it's going to be Donald Trump. And if it isn't Donald Trump and it's only two people that are running for this, and that's Donald Trump and Joe Biden or some other Democrat that we'll never hear about, if it's anybody else than Donald Trump, it's 100% rigged and democracy isn't real. That would be my opinion, because anywhere I go, people are supporting Trump here. Even some people in Ireland that, it's got nothing to do with us, but it sort of does have a lot to do with the West, because who America elects sort of affects everybody. Crazy, crazy times. Want to know your opinion on it. And as I say, guys, I don't want your money. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Just subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. 3 things. That's all I want from you is 3 things. Subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. That's it. If you want, leave a comment. As I say, guys, I do these. I've started up the channel Serial Killing Minds. It's an old channel that I have. It's got like 507 subscribers. I'll leave the link for that in the description. I will be doing live streams still on the Holden official channel with Shawn Warner, the serial killer expert, every Thursday at 9 p.m. I'll also leave the link for that premiered live in the description. But after a year or so, we're going to move it all over to Serial Killer Minds. We just need to build up the audience for Serial Killer Minds first before we move all that content over there. So this Thursday, 9 p.m., we're talking about Fritz Honka, who is a German serial killer. That live is at 9 p.m. this Thursday. So if you want to tune in for that, the link's in the description. Head over now, set your reminders, hit the likes on that video, guys, to set the live up and the algorithm for me. The more likes it gets now, I'm assuming it'll do better when it actually goes live. Sure, tell if you know somebody's into that type of content. And Shawn Warner is a serial killer expert. He speaks to serial killers. He talks to them on a daily basis. He has artwork. He profiles these serial killers, and he spoke to big ones like BTK. So if you're into that type of content, tune in this Thursday, 9 p.m. Link is in the description. And as I say, in a year or so, we'll move everything over to the Serial Killer Minds channel, which the link for that is in the description too, if you want to head over now and subscribe and hit the notification bell. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Peace.